between $600 to $800 billion. That's more than many GDPs put together. Scams, last year alone, they went up, I think it was $12.5 billion were scammed from Americans last year alone. That industry has been growing. Every single year has been doubling and doubling.
Well, let's look at this first one for a second. So when you say that drug trade,
Yeah, the drug trade.
what percentage of the global economy are gray or black markets? Black market, shadow economy. Estimates commonly suggest the black market accounts for around 22 to 23% of global GDP. In developed countries, the black market typically constitutes about 10 to 15%.
Right.
Are you
So
kidding me?
this is just black markets. Gray markets are things that aren't necessarily illegal, but are unregulated and untaxed. So things like selling fruit on the streets or clothes or things that aren't regulated or taxed.
Okay, do you think that that's a little bit more, the gray market is more like somebody trying to make ends meet than it is somebody taking advantage of somebody?
I think a lot of it is just people trying to make ends meet.
Okay.
And a part of it is people trying to stay still on this side of the law. But that is not achievable for everybody. Not everybody can do that. So one of the first episodes we ever did for Traffic was about cocaine. And we were in Peru, we were in Colombia, and we basically saw what it means for a kilo of cocaine to go where it's made. We went to the jungles of Peru. We saw how it's being made in these big pits with the coca
how does it start?
leaves.
Take me through it a little bit.
Oh, it's fascinating. It's actually fascinating.
I will like to hear. I want to hear about it.
Yeah. You've got the jungles of Peru, the coca leaves. They harvest the leaves, and you can see fields and fields of coca leaves that have existed for decades in this area of Peru. It's the Vrame Valley of Peru. And it's sort of...
Play some soft music too, Nick, if you don't mind. Sorry. I've enjoyed cocaine in my life. But no, okay, go on.
Yeah.
In Peru.
I've never actually tried it.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that in a second.
I've been offered it so many times.
I bet.
By like the purest of
You
cocaine
got to at
traffickers.
least...
Yeah. So this is then they dry the leaves and then they put them in a big pit. So we went in the middle of the night. We're going down this sort of trail in the middle of the night. It's super muddy. It's sort of rainforesty, raining all the time. And I'll never forget where it's dark and we're like 6 of us carrying equipment plus the guys that are taking us to the place where they're making cocaine. And my DP, who's French, he was with his very French accent complaining. He's like, "Oh, I can't. What do I do? I can't." And complaining that he's like, we're slipping and sliding everywhere. Meanwhile, holding these like very expensive cameras and canvas bags full of gear. And we thought it was going to be, like we'll be there in 5 minutes, 10 minutes. And 45 minutes later, we're still walking down this rainy path in the middle of the night with nothing, no light at all. You
we're such Americans. We're like, oh, we'll just park and then walk right over there.
That's what we thought was going to happen.
Yeah.
We'll get the closest parking spot and we'll just walk. And meanwhile, and then there's no light. And I basically have, as I have now, the phone with at the time was another photo of me and my son. And and they told us we can't use flashlights, even though we had flashlights with us because they didn't want people around the valley to see this because what they were doing was it could get them killed. And so I'm only using the light from the front of my phone to sort of just see where I was walking. I'm covered in mud. We get there and there's this pit, enormous pit. It's like an Olympic-sized pool pit with all the drugs, all the cocaine leaves being mixed with products that then it stays like this for days. And then they sort of bring it out into these buckets, gigantic blue buckets, and they mix it with everything from gasoline and dye and all these products that eventually get made into this powder. And so we are literally seeing the whole process. And as this is happening, we start hearing noises and that's the moment that we knew. They were like, okay, so as long as it took us to come down that valley, it took us about half that time to go up because we were running out.
Yeah, I even look at a bag of cocaine, I start hearing shit, so I feel you there. I definitely. Anyway, carry on.
You could actually.
Was there a gift shop?
You could smell it.
I mean, in the air, you could kind of smell it.
You could smell the petrol. You could smell the whole thing. And a bunch of us were worried that we were going to get. I've been in fentanyl labs, and that's even worse because there, you can actually feel your body starting to like warm up. The like physical. We were in an enclosed fentanyl lab in Sinaloa, Mexico, where the chemists, we're actually using like hazmat suits and masks because we're an American crew. Meanwhile, these guys have like, like a bandana around their face, and they're touching the powder. And he's telling me, I was like, how